It's an ordinary Tuesday morning. Coffee brewing, commuters half asleep, the world turning like it always does. Nobody knows it yet, but this is the last normal day in human history.
In a hospital across town, a patient is admitted with a strange fever. Doctors aren't worried. Just another flu case. Just another chart on the wall.
But by noon, the patient's heart stops. And then, impossibly, it starts again. The monitors scream, the eyes open, and something behind them is wrong. The first attack happens in that hospital room. A nurse doesn't survive it. And within the hour, the infection begins to move, quietly, invisibly, through the halls. By evening, the news calls it an isolated incident, a tragic accident. Stay calm, they say. Everything is under control. It is not. But social media never sleeps. A shaky video surfaces, then another, then 1,000, screaming in the streets. Something is spreading faster than any lie can contain it. By midnight, the first city is burning. Hospitals overrun, emergency lines dead, and the infected are no longer patients. They're a wave. This is the moment experts always feared. Not the virus itself, but the speed. In a connected world, a plague doesn't crawl, it flies. An infected person can board a plane before symptoms show. One flight, one layover, one handshake, and an ocean is no longer a barrier, it's a bridge. By morning, day 2, the outbreak isn't local anymore. It's on every continent, and governments face a decision no one is prepared to make. The order comes down: close the borders, ground the flights, lock down the cities. But it's already too late. The enemy is inside the walls. Grocery stores are the first to fall, not to the infected, but to fear. Within hours, shelves are stripped bare, and neighbors become rivals. This is what psychologists warned us about. When order breaks, civilization is thinner than we think. Just 3 missed meals from chaos. The power grid is next. Overwhelmed, understaffed, abandoned. And when the lights go out across the cities, everything we depend on goes silent. No electricity, no refrigeration, no clean water, no internet. In a single week, we're thrown back 1,000 years, but with millions more mouths to feed. The military tries to hold the line. Checkpoints, quarantine zones, safe corridors. For a moment, it almost looks like we might win. But you can't fight a war when every fallen soldier joins the other side. Each loss doesn't just weaken us, it strengthens them. This is the terrifying math of the apocalypse. A normal enemy gets weaker as it loses. This one only grows. The numbers were never on our side. Cities become traps. Millions of people packed together with nowhere left to run. The places that made us powerful now make us prey. So the survivors do the only thing they can. They run, away from the cities, into the countryside, chasing a rumor of somewhere safe. But the countryside has its own dangers, not just the infected, but other survivors. And by now, some of them have decided that mercy is a luxury they can't afford. This is the part the movies get right. The real monster was never the virus. It's what fear does to ordinary people when the rules disappear. Small communities begin to form. A farmhouse, a walled town, a fishing boat anchored far offshore, anywhere the horde can't reach. They ration food, post guards, rebuild scraps of order. For the first time in weeks, there's a fragile, flickering thing again. Hope. But winter is coming, and in a world without supply chains, cold is just another kind of predator. Now the question isn't only how to survive the dead, but how to survive each other. Months pass. The infected begin to thin. Winter kills what we couldn't. Bodies freeze. Decay does the work that armies couldn't finish.
And here lies the strange truth about a zombie apocalypse. It could never last forever. The dead don't eat, they don't heal. Eventually, they simply fall.
The real threat was always time. Could enough of us survive long enough to outlast them? Could humanity hold on through the longest winter it had ever known? And slowly, impossibly, spring returns. Green pushes through the ruins. The horde is gone, and the survivors step out into a world that belongs to them again. But they're not the same people who woke up that ordinary Tuesday. They've seen how quickly everything can end and how thin the line really is. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. A real outbreak like this isn't science fiction. Nature has engineered parasites that hijack minds before, just not in us. Not yet. The good news? Human biology makes a true zombie plague almost impossible. The bad news? Our real vulnerability was never the virus. It was us. The panic, the hoarding, the way trust collapses the moment the lights go out. That's the part that isn't fiction at all. So maybe the real question was never what if the dead came back. Maybe it was always, how well do we really know the living? The apocalypse doesn't begin with a bite. It begins with a choice. And when that Tuesday comes, because in some form it always does, the only question that matters is, what kind of person will you be? If this story kept you watching, imagine what happens next. Subscribe, because the world only gets stranger from here. And ask yourself tonight, are you ready for your ordinary Tuesday? If you enjoyed our story today, please subscribe and follow. I promise I'll keep improving and creating more videos like this, including comedy, drama, shocking twists, and exciting stories that will make you laugh, feel emotional, and keep you hooked until the end. Thank you so much for your support, everyone. See you in the next video, where the story gets even crazier.